Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I don't know if you guys noticed anything different about me. I'm just kidding, you probably don't unless I point it out to you. But basically today's video is going to be beauty TikTok hacks are all over TikTok. And yeah, like thankfully my friend Ashley requested this and sent me so many videos, so many tips and tricks of how to do your makeup, how to improve your makeup, and basically just hacks of how to make your makeup last longer, how to make it look better, how to make it more airbrush. So I really appreciate that. So much love for you, Ashley. I'm going to show you guys the hacks that I got from TikTok, and I will show you guys the videos and stuff. So yeah, that is basically it for this intro. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to see new videos. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. I got my little TikTok hats on my phone. So these are all like the videos that my friend Ashley sent me, which I will insert while I'm doing this as well. So let's watch one of the most famous ones, which is the one that you moisturize your face first, and then you apply some translucent powder, and then you go over your foundation. It's supposed to make you like an airbrush finish. I've tried this several times, and I feel like for me it just never really did anything for my skin. So let me just start playing this video so we can all follow along.
If you wear makeup, watch. Change your whole routine and try this instead. Moisturize first. Then after moisturizing, take some translucent powder. I usually use the Fit Me one, and I just lightly dab it all over my face. Not too much. Then take some setting spray. It could be any setting spray. I usually use the NYX one. After the setting spray, take a primer and just put your primer. Also, wait for the setting spray to dry first. Then just put on your foundation and just see what happens and how.
So that's basically what it is. I've tried this technique many times already, and for me, I can't really tell a difference versus like if I prime my face with primer water and primer and all that kind of stuff. So for moisturizer, I use the CeraVe Daily Moisturizing Lotion for normal to dry skin. I did my skincare routine this morning, but for the sake of this video, let me do this again. Alright, so I'm going to take my e.l.f. Halo Glow powder and just take whatever there is on the lid. Then I'm going to use the rest with this bigger brush and just apply this all over my face. I'm actually going to go in with my primer water instead, since this is a 2-in-1 thing, like to set and to prep the skin. So I'm just going to cover my eyes. I realized I did that with the left hand and it was very hard to do. Just going to fan my face to make sure that my spray is dry. My hair is pinned back, and I took off my earrings just because I already know that it's gonna give me a hard time for when I do my face makeup. So I'm going to go in with primer serum from Wet n Wild. This is just a hydrating primer, and it kind of reminds me of the Milk one. It's just in like a serum based form. And then I'm going in with my e.l.f. matte putty primer and just kind of everywhere. So now that I'm primed, I can now go in with foundation, which I'm going to use the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation, and this is just in the shade Cashew. So let's try this out. I actually messed up. Like, I was supposed to do concealer first and then go in with my foundation, but let me just look at this TikTok one more time because I totally forgot about it. So this TikTok is in particular how to cover your texture skin with just concealer, and this is just a regular like liquid concealer, and it's not the one in the jar because I know there's another one that you go over it with the jar concealer that it has to be a jar concealer, but this girl goes in with just like a regular tube concealer. So I'm gonna see if that works. I know I just already put my foundation on, but that's fine. I don't think I will get penalized for it. So let's try it. Let's watch the video.
Okay, so I have a lot of girls that don't know how to cover their texture, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do that today because these beauty gurus keep a secret and they don't want you to know, but I'm here. So most of the time you would want to use a full coverage concealer, but I don't really have one because I am poor. So I'm gonna go in with e.l.f. Hydrated Camo Concealer. So I put it wherever I thought I had some, texture. I don't have very much texture, but I'm gonna put a little layer and then I'm gonna tap it in with my finger. And then you can see I patted that in, and then you're gonna do a second layer, but you're not gonna blend it in, you're gonna leave it. Okay, and as you can see, I left it, leave it to dry just for like a minute or two, and then put your foundation. Okay, now that I have my foundation on, I'm gonna like do my regular concealer under my eyes and contour. As you can see, the texture kind of doesn't even look like it's there. So now I'm gonna set with my setting spray and then put powder on top after. Boom, boom, boom. Texture, we don't know her.
So basically what she does is she just puts it all over wherever she has texture. I'm putting this more so where like I have texture skin and like where my dark spots are. So then she takes her finger and blends this out just the tiniest bit. So then she takes another second layer of concealer and just applies it wherever she put the first layer. Now this one we don't blend it out. She says she leaves it there for about a minute or two. I'm going to come back in like 2 minutes and then I'll be back with like my second layer of my foundation. Alright, now about 2 minutes already came about, so I'm gonna apply my foundation over the concealer and just add this as my second layer. Alright, I feel like none of my texture is actually showing through, but you could kind of still see my dark spots, which I feel like it's fine because I don't feel like this is actually meant to like cover your dark spots. I think it was only to minimize your texture, so I think that's okay. I'm just adding a little bit more foundation just to those spots where I have like more dark spots. I found this girl also on TikTok that she has more of a round face. I don't really have like a round face, but it's also not like chiseled or anything, so I want to see how she does her concealer.
If you have a round face like me, do your concealer like this. Bring it down the side of your nose, right there, and then only do it a very small amount on the outer corner. Do not put any concealer on your temple because that will actually make your face look whiter. Drag it down to the sides of your nose. Just tapping, do not blend or smear. And then just stay right by your brow bone. And see, with this trick, the concealer made my face look longer, which ultimately makes me look thinner.
Alright, we all like to look thinner. I am now going to go in with my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. And she just has some right here. Just gonna put this on the sides of my nose. And oops, I went too far. It's fine. And then just right here. So basically I did the rest of my concealer as normal. Let me just actually just do this first. Alright, so we just dab the concealer in here. And then do not go past your brow bone, she says. Okay. I'm liking this. I'm not going too far towards my temple. So I can see how she says that it makes her look more thinner. Alright, I'm just going to cream contour the rest of my face, and I actually found a way to contour my nose. So I'm just going to contour the outer perimeter of my face because I didn't see anything for like cream contouring like the rest of your face. I just saw how to do the nose, so I'm going to contour my face and I will be right back. If y'all hear the truck outside, I'm so sorry, it is trash day. So now I'm going to see how to contour my nose really snatched. So there's this other girl that I watched and she did her nose contouring very different and I really wanted to try it. Take this color and this color. Okay, so she just goes like straight up like this. She does a circle, which mine's a little big because of my nose. It's a little bigger. And then just kind of down the bridge of the nose. I think I'm gonna mess this up. But you know what? It's fine. It's about trial and error. And she just blends it out with her brush instead of with like a sponge. And then she goes in with her concealer again and kind of just puts it close to the nose contour. And just take it down. And that's where she gets her sponge and she just blends it into nose contour. She does it all the way up in here, but since I have eyeshadow, which I got it from I Love Shady, that's what the inspiration for this eyeshadow look today. So before I set my powder, this is another video that my friend Ashley sent. So let's watch this.
If you're a girl and you wear makeup, you are a guy. Obviously, we're all inclusive here. You have to watch this. So we've all seen these makeup tutorials of all these beauty gurus and how whenever they do their makeup, it always comes out looking like airbrushed and beautiful at the end. And whenever I seem to do it, I never seem to get it right. And now I know why. So normally I would set my face and then do my setting spray. But what they don't want you to know is that you set first with your setting spray and then you put your powder on top. And then you take a fluffy brush and it's just a little bit of powder. You don't want to do a lot. And just start dusting it all over your face. And this is when I put powder under my eyes so that it doesn't crease. And this is how it looks. No beauty filter. Just setting spray first and then powder second.
Okay, so it's setting spray first, powder second. I'm going in with my spray, which I'm going to use in the Manali Make It Last setting spray, which I'm almost out. And so it's this first and powder second. So she said to dust a little bit of powder actually, so I'm just going to go in with a little bit of banana powder and just set my under eyes just the tiniest bit. She does bake, so I'm going to also bake underneath my eyes and wherever else I tend to get a little bit more oily. I'm using my e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder and just dust a little bit, she says. Don't dust a lot. I'm still going to bake underneath my eyes because that's something I need. I didn't try to go excessively with like the powder stuff because since she does use a little bit, I wanted to keep it on the most minimalistic side. So I still did my powder. I'm still gonna let that sit for a little bit. I'm going to set my nose contour, finish my lower lash line, and then I'll be right back to finish the bronzer, the blush, and do the lips after. I don't have any new techniques of highlight. Okay, I am back. I also got a phone call. I'm forgetting I'm still on work time. So I just dusted off all my powder already. So the next thing I'm gonna do is bronzer. So this girl shows the correct way of how to do bronzer. I don't like this kind of voices on TikTok, so it's kind of cringing towards me. So if I look a little cringe, so sorry.
You have to stop doing your bronzer like this. You need to stop taking your brush, dipping into the bronzer, and doing this. That will not give you cheekbones. It's going to make them disappear. So let me teach you. Take your brush. Take your bronzer. Dip it inside. Swipe. Swipe again. Swipe a third time. Up. Blend. More up. Only up. Here. Here. And under the jaw.
For bronzer, I don't have an angle brush and I'm going to be using the Wet Shady Beaches from Wet n Wild. So what she does is she gets the bronzer, swipe, swipe, swipe again, up, blend, more up, Jesus. So swipe, 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 up, blend, and only up. And then for the forehead, she just does like here and here. Don't bring it down over here, just leave it up here. And under the jaw. Okay, my bronzer does not look bad. I just hate that I have like dark spots on it. So, but like other than that, I think it's fine. I think it looks really good. So now it's time to go in with blush. So this girl does her blush a different way than doing it from the apples of the cheek. So let's look at it. Apparently putting your blush right here will make your cheeks look round. So I'm gonna go in with some blush, and she just goes like this and just apply it right there. Ooh, that does look a little bit more lifted than round. Okay, so I'm just going to do my highlighter after this, and we'll be right back to finish off with the lips, which I'm very, very nervous about. So wish me luck. Actually, I totally forgot. I also have a trick for inner corner highlight, which I completely like spaced on.
How to get the most pop in inner corner highlight. First, apply concealer. Then try to buff out with the brush. Then add some white eyeshadow. Then finally add your highlight.
Okay, that was easy. Add concealer. I'll try to do it like super lightly, because I already have eyeshadow on. Buff it out with the brush. Apply white eyeshadow, which I'm just going to use the one that I used earlier, which is this one, Buffing, which is from the Nude Mood palette from ColourPop. And then she says to do your highlight, which I'm just going to use my highlighter, or should I just use something else? I'm gonna spray my brush first. And me use Wink Wink just to see if it actually works to give me like a popping highlight. Ooh. Ooh, yes. I need to play around with this a little bit more because I think I applied too much concealer, but it does look a lot brighter than I thought it was gonna look. So I'm just going to lock my face with setting spray once again. Now it is time for the last one, which is the one I'm more scared about. It's this girl who does her lipstick and overlines. So the way that this girl overlines her lips is like a lot. I overline my lips too, but I kind of feel like I overline and I still have my natural shape. But this girl overlines so much and I'm very, very nervous because I'm just like, oh my god, like I don't want my lips to look that fake. But we shall see how this turns out. Okay, I am very nervous about this one. I'm really nervous. So she goes in with a towel. I unfortunately don't have a towel that I just like randomly use. So I'm just going to use a wipe. So the first thing she does is she goes in with concealer. So she just puts this on her lips. I'm so nervous, guys. Like y'all have no idea how nervous I am. So she like goes in with concealer first. And I think that's when like she pats this in. I wanted to go for a dark shade, but after seeing that again, like I was like, oh no dude, I can't go with the dark shade. Like I need to go in with like nude. She overlines from here. Okay, I know like this is not looking bad, but I keep remembering I have to kind of overline it. Alright, this is not as terrible as I thought it was gonna be, but it kind of looks like I already overlined my lips, like kind of like how I already do. So I'm gonna go a little bit higher. Let's see how that turns out. Oh my god, it feels so weird to me. I don't know why, just like having it like way above my lip, I'm just like, oh my god. Then I'm gonna go in with this cool dark brown shade. And she like dabs it a little bit more. And she kind of goes back in with this. Okay, not mad. Would I probably do this again? Probably not. Let me just precise it a little bit more. Okay, I'm completely not mad how my lips look overlined, but at the same time, like I can't look at myself. But anyways. Like, I am not mad about my lips, but alright guys, so this is the final look of my TikTok hacks things. I think the ones that I really like the most was the bronzer, the blush, and the nose contour, just because I'm still kind of playing with my nose contour and just like the shape of it and how to make it more skinny, so I really did appreciate that one too, and how to make my skin like look more airbrushed, because I really do feel like that method of like setting and then using like a little bit of powder does really help, and just making them look more seamless and making them look smoother. The one that I'm just like not used to is the one for my lips. I feel like my lips just look way too big, and you know, I already overline my lips as what it is, so I feel like for me this is already really excessive. It's too much for me. Like when I smile, I don't take my mouth seriously, and I'm just cringing with my smile because this looks so big, but I'm just like, you know what, for the sake of the video, it looks good. And which one else did I do? The face primer, that one's the one I already did, which I kind of saw no difference in my skin. I still kind of don't. The one for my concealer also, I really do appreciate it. It does make my face look a little bit more skinnier and a little less round. And also like where I place the blush right after it, it also looks a lot better. It doesn't look like everything's focused just here. It looks better and looks more nicely distributed. So I think that's really cool. I just wish the technique of like hiding my textured skin, I just wish it could hide my dark spots better. I also really do like the inner corner highlight one. I just have to play around a lot more with like how much amount of concealer I need to add. I'm gonna continue doing that one as well. But yeah, for the most part I do like it. I just don't like my lips because I just can't take myself seriously with my lips. But I think other than that, I think like this is totally great, amazing tips, and I feel like anyone else could do that. Yeah, if you guys have any TikTok hacks that are your favorites, please let me know in the comments down below, and let me know which one you thought was good and which ones you want to try out, or which ones you were like, wow, that did nothing for you and your skin. Which is that's also very valid here. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and you know, which ones you liked and which ones you didn't like. Thank you so much to Ashley for making me get out of my comfort zone trying out these hacks. So yeah, I'm just very happy with everything else, how everything else turned out. So yeah, that is basically it for today's video. Comment down below, subscribe, like, all that fun stuff down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!